I don't like applying it to the sides because I don't want it dripping on the cape. So what I'll do is just apply a generous amount to the top, brush it all the way in, make sure it spreads through evenly with a brush, then clean up the excess foam with a towel. After that, I'll throw a do-rag on, make sure I wrap the strings around the head, then I'll tie it up in the back, make sure it's nice and snug by pulling the tail of the do-rag down. Next, you want to blow dry it with the do-rag on so everything can be nice and dry when you take off the do-rag. Meanwhile, if my client has any facial hair, I like to work on that before I take off the do-rag before it's fully dry. After that, we can take off the do-rag and line them up. Don't use it on wavers, alright? So the next tip is to use gel to lay down that front line, and that will give you an illusion as if the hairline is enhanced when you go to line it up. What it does is lay the hair down real nice, you blow dry it, and then kind of let it dry, kind of cool the hair off a little bit when you apply heat, because you know heat gonna make it melt a little bit, but dry. You only use the blow dryer on cold. So once you do that, line it up, you'll see a big difference from, you know, the front line on how it's naturally just lined up and when you use the gel.
I do it for the bag. 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 I do it for the bag.
So next tip is the flick out motion with the zero guard. A lot of you guys have problems with the, you know what I'm saying? The motion is basically, you got to catch the rhythm, all right? I usually go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 when I'm attacking that middle line. So the idea of it is like when you're, like let's say you have a pencil and you scrape it real fast on a piece of paper and then it kind of fades at the end of that paper, you know, with the pencil. Basically, let me show you real quick. So as I flick with the pencil, you'll notice it fades around the end of where the pencil stops. Basically, that's what you're doing with the zero guard to hair, all right? You're going real fast, getting that fade effect, making it blend into the next guide.
Where you get your beats?
out motion, what I'm doing is I'm placing the blade on the line and flicking real quick. I developed a 3 rhythm motion, like 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's what I developed. You could develop your own motion, whatever works for you. I always recommend barbers to start below the line and flick to the line, but in some cases you're gonna have to attack that line and just kind of adjust your lever as you go up. But to sum up the flick out motion, the object of it is just to flick real fast so you could get that fade effect. Another tip, you could also use this product for detailing your fades. You put the product on a brush the fade down, and that's gonna lay the hair down to where you could do detail.
Where you get your beats?
So when I use the Peruvian styling foam, I apply it to the brush first and brush it in. I make sure it's all in there. That way, you're basically stretching out the hair, getting it to lay down to its maximum potential. That way, you could get a better look at the blend with the hair stretched out. Then you want to blow dry and lock it in. That way everything is dry and stiff. That way you could go in and do some detail work. There's a lot more tips and tricks you can use when cutting hair.
Remember that guy I met last week? His